Alright, y'all, so I'm back with another Bible reading. I'm on James 2:3, page 712 to 713. I'm going to try to do a 15-minute video every day now because I don't want to keep doing 20-minute videos because this Bible's going to be over here pretty soon, so... Sorry. But yeah, thank you. Alright, I'm going to just start right now. There is only one God. Good. The demons also believe and tremble with fear. You fool, do you want to be shown that faith without action is useless? How was our ancestor Abraham put right with God? It was through his actions when he offered his son Isaac on the altar. Can't you see? His faith and his actions work together. His faith was made perfect through his actions, and the scripture came true that said, Abraham believed God and became and because of his faith God accepted him as righteous. And so Abraham was called God's friend. You see then that it is by his actions that a person is put right with God, and not by his faith alone. It was the same with the prostitute Rahab. She was put right with God through her actions by welcoming the Israelites' spies and helping them to escape by a different road. So then, as the body without the spirit is dead, also the faith without action is dead. The tongue. My brothers, not many of you should become teachers. As you know, we teachers will be judged with greater strictness than others. All of us often make mistakes, but if a person never makes a mistake in what he says, he is perfect and is also able to control his whole being. We put a bit into the mouth of a horse to make it obey us, and we were able to make it go where we want. Or think of a ship. Big as it is, driven by such strong winds, it can be steered by a very small rotor, and it goes wherever the pilot wants it to go. So it is with the tongue. Small as it is, it can boast about great things. Just think how large a forest can be set on fire by a tiny flame. Just think how large a forest can be set on fire by a little flame, or by a tiny flame. And the tongue is like a fire. It is a world of wrong, occupying its place in our bodies and spreading evil through our whole being. It sets on fire the entire course of our existence with the fire that comes to it from hell itself. Man is able to tame his tongue. Wait, what? Man is able to tame and has tamed all other creatures, wild animals and birds, reptiles and fish, but no one has ever been able to tame the tongue. It is evil and uncontrollable, full of deadly poison. We use it to give thanks to our Lord and Father, and also curse our fellow men, who is created in the likeness of God. Words of thanksgiving and cursing pour out from the same mouth. My brothers, this should not happen. No spring of water pours out sweet water and bitter water from the same opening. A fig tree, my brothers, cannot bear olives and grapevine. Cannot bear olives. A grapevine cannot bear figs. Nor can a salty spring produce sweet water. The wisdom from above. Is there anyone among you who is wise and understanding? He is to prove it by his good life, by his good deeds performed with humanity and wisdom. But if in your heart you are jealous, bitter, and selfish, don't sin against the truth by boasting of your wisdom. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven. It belongs to the world. It is unspiritual and demonic. Where there is jealousy and selfishness, there is also disorder and every kind of evil. And I think, again, I'm sure everybody already knows this, but I just wanted to say it just so I can understand it as well. I think what it's talking about here is how, our mouths can be pretty evil. We say a lot of bad stuff thinking that it's jokes, or thinking that it doesn't really matter, or people don't really take it to heart, even though it doesn't really matter no matter what. And that's something I'm trying to learn, because I need to stop cussing so much no matter who I'm with, depending on who I'm with my friends, or if I'm out smoking. It doesn't matter, because obviously, no matter what, even if you are smoking weed, I do not think in any way you should be allowed to start cussing and doing all this dumb stuff, because weed is not, in my opinion, I don't think weed is that bad. But the thing is, it does kind of loosen me up a little bit, and then I start cussing a lot, and I don't care, which I need to get a hold of because I cannot be doing that no more. I need to stop cussing because also that's become a huge part of my, of how I speak. I cuss a lot in every sentence, and I need to stop doing that because it is stupid, and it makes you sound stupid. Also, if you can't go one sentence without cussing at least once, you sound stupid. You don't sound intelligent. You don't sound, people aren't going to believe you or believe what you have to say because you're out here cussing, and it's not good. And I need to stop doing that because I cuss a lot. But I grew up cussing with a lot of my friends and all this, and we're all trying to get better, and I'm trying to help them get better, and I'm trying to get better. But again, who am I to judge somebody else when I'm doing the same thing? So I'm not going to judge anybody until I get myself right, and even then I should not judge anybody. I should be helping them, and that's what we all should be doing. So if for example, yesterday I was hanging out with some friends, and I really wanted to talk to them more about God. I wanted to talk more about my faith, but I didn't feel like it was the right time because I didn't want to ruin I didn't want to ruin the vibe that they had going on. But it doesn't matter because it wouldn't have ruined anything. And honestly, it kind of sounded like they would have been down to talk about it, but I got scared, and I didn't really want to talk about it with them because I didn't want them to think that I was weird or, a bunch of dumb stuff, which I should have. I should have talked to them more about it because it's not something to be embarrassed about. And if you have true friends, why would they care if you're talking about God? Why would they care? If they don't believe in God, that's fine. They're not going to judge you for it. So if you have true friends, you should always talk to them about God, or at least, just try. Actually, yesterday I got my other homeboy to come into church with us, and, he didn't want to say a prayer, which is perfectly fine, because I get it. But I'm gonna keep asking him every time that we meet up. I'm gonna keep trying to ask him, if he wants to go into the church, and hopefully one of these days I'll get him to say a prayer. It's not like it's just gonna change his whole life, but I want him to have faith because I want him to have the same faith that me and my homeboy have because it's made us a lot happier, and I'd hope that it can do that for him too. But I'm not about to force religion on anybody. I just, being believing in God has helped me, so I want to see if that can help other people. And if not, then oh well, maybe it's not for everybody, but it's helped me out, so I want to try to help others out with it. But I need to stop cussing so much, and I need to stop being so okay with other things. I need to just be able to, I need to be able to kind of talk about God more and be able to help other people because even yesterday, some dude, he was riding a bike and a bunch of stuff fell out of his bag, and I legit was sitting there looking at him, and I wanted to go over there and help him out so badly. Like, I wanted to go out there and help him and just, do you need me to pick this up for you? But I didn't want to embarrass him more because I felt like I would have. And that's the problem because my mind starts going and I start thinking, well, like maybe he'll get more embarrassed if I talk to him. And then, I start feeling all weird and I start feeling like, well, maybe he doesn't, I just, I get embarrassed because I want to go help somebody. I want to talk to all these people, but my social anxiety just will not let me do it. And I hate that. But the fact that I want to actually go help people out a lot more now is a sign to me that maybe I'm changing, and hopefully I want to go outside more and hang around more people more because it's good to be around people. It's good to be around, your fellow humans. We should all be hanging around with somebody. It doesn't matter who it is. Just hang out with somebody. Try to talk to somebody. Try to see if they're doing okay or whatever you can do because it makes you feel good, and it can also, it can maybe help. Like maybe somebody's going through a really hard time, and just by you walking up to them and talking to them, maybe that'll help them out. Maybe that'll make them feel a little bit less lonely, or whatever they're going through. Maybe that'll help them out, and we don't know. So I definitely feel like I should have, but it's okay. Hopefully today, if I feel, if I can help somebody out, hopefully I'll help somebody out. Like if it's my family or just somebody else, just whatever I can do to help somebody, I want to try. So I'm gonna keep focusing on that. But I just wanted to, talk about that. So let me continue. There's also there's also disorder in every kind of evil, but the wisdom from above is pure first of all. It also it is also peaceful, gentle, and friendly. It is full of compassion and produces a harvest of good deeds. It is free from prejudice and hypocrisy. And goodness is the harvest that it produces from the seeds the peacemakers plant in peace. Friendship with the world. Where do all these fights and quarrels among you come from? They come from your desires for pleasure, which are constantly fighting within you. You want things, but you cannot have them, so you are ready to kill. You strongly desire things, but you cannot get them, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have what you want because you do not ask God for it. And when you ask God, you do not receive it because your motives are bad. You ask for things to use for your own pleasures. Unfaithful people, don't you know that to be the world's friend means to be God's enemy? Whoever wants to be the world's friend makes himself God's enemy. Don't think that there is no truth in the scriptures that says the spirit that God placed in us is filled with fierce desires, but the grace that God gives us is even stronger. As the scripture says, God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. So then, submit yourselves to God, resist the devil, and he will run away from you. Come near to God, and he will come near to you. Wash your hands, you sinners. Purify your hearts, you hypocrites. Be sorrowful, cry and weep. Change your laughter into crying, your joy into gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up. Warning against judging a Christian brother. Do not criticize one another, my brothers. Whoever criticizes a Christian brother or judges him criticizes the law and judges it. If you judge the law, then you are no longer one who obeys the law, but one who judges it. God is the only lawgiver and judge. He alone can save and destroy. Who do you think you are to judge your fellow man? Now listen to me, you that say, today or tomorrow we will travel to a certain city, where we will stay a year and go into the business and make a lot of money. You don't even know what your life tomorrow will be. You are like a puff of smoke which appears for a moment and then disappears. What you should say is this: if the Lord is willing, we will live and do this or that. But now you are proud, and you boast all such boasting is wrong. So then the person who does not do the good he knows he should do is guilty of sin. Warning to the rich. And now you rich people, listen to me. Weep and wail over the miseries that are coming upon you.
It's not hot, but it's warm.
Yeah, that are coming upon you.
Yeah. Hold my hand up to it. It's warm. I'll see it's warm.
Your riches have rotted away, and your clothes have been eaten by moths. Your gold and silver are covered with rust, and this rust will be a witness against you, and will eat you up, and will eat up your flesh like fire.
Fuck no. We shouldn't.
But I quickly want to go back real quick because it's already at 13 minutes, but I want to go back to this page. So the warning against judging a Christian brother, which I also definitely struggle with. I judge a lot of people, which I shouldn't be doing at all because I'm a horrible person myself. I've done horrible things. I've said horrible things about other people. I've said horrible things about myself. And I mean, one thing that I will say, and again, I shouldn't be saying this no matter what because I don't know what they're going through, but no matter what, Christian or not, it is wrong to treat your children or it's wrong to beat your children or to do any of that. Hold on real quick. Oh, my bad. But what I was going to say is no matter what, it is wrong, even if you are a Christian or whatever, it's wrong to beat your kids or to do any of this stuff, especially if you are Christian. You should know that you shouldn't be doing that. But I shouldn't be judging other Christians because I don't know what they've gone through and I don't know what type of problems they have, so. But, I want to stop judging people so much because I don't want to be judged for the things I've done, but I'm out here judging everybody else, so I need to stop doing that. And I feel like it's kind of the same way for a lot of people. And honestly, I feel like a lot of these parents that do put hands on their children or that they discipline them so much, I feel like sometimes it's for a good reason. Like they think, well, I'm saving him from doing this sin because I don't want them to have to go through the same thing I went through when I was a kid. But I just hope people know that that's wrong, because no matter what, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna mess up sometimes, and that's okay. And it's honestly good. It's good to let your kids mess up, not to the point where they ruin their lives, but to the point where they know that they messed up. You shouldn't have to shield your kid from everything. You should shield them from wrongdoings, but if they mess up, let them mess up. It's okay to make mistakes, and they can learn from that. But no matter what, I think beating your kids or yelling at your kids is wrong, because they're never gonna. I get that you want your kid to love God. I get that you don't want them to be a sinner and you don't want them to be like you. But we're all gonna, no matter what, we are all sinners. We're all sinners. We're all born into a sinful world. I don't think it's right to ever yell at your kid or to try to force the Bible onto them. Because for me, I never got the Bible forced onto me. My grandma let me believe in what I wanted to. She let me make my mistakes, and I grew up from them. I'm still growing. I'm still making mistakes, and I've been through a lot of I've been through a lot of stuff. But luckily, I came back to God. I found, I picked up my Bible, I picked up my cross, and I'm still not there. I'm not going to say like, oh, I found God fully, because no, I haven't. I'm finding God. I'm trying my hardest to believe in God and to be better. And I'm glad. I'm glad that I wasn't forced into this life, because the way that I was as a kid, I wouldn't have liked it at all. I would have been mad at God. I would have been mad at my grandma. I would have been mad at everybody, because I didn't like being forced into anything. I didn't like doing anything. I didn't like playing by rules or anything like that, so it wouldn't have gone too well for me. But I'm glad that I was able to kind of find this and to start, having my own belief. Because now now I really do want to be, I want to be close to God. I want to be close to Jesus. I want to be like how Jesus was. I want to help people, and I'm glad that I'm like that now. But as a kid, I was a horrible person, and even recently, I've still been a horrible person, and I've done horrible things, and I hate it. I'm glad that I hate it. And it sucks sometimes to realize that you are a bad person. Like, it really does suck. It makes you feel like crap. But sometimes you really need that. Sometimes you need to humble yourself, and you need to kind of change. You need to show yourself like, okay, I need to change right now. I need to be better. I need to stop doing these things. And that's good. That's good that you realize that. But no matter what, if you are going through something and you really feel like you need help, like seriously, like you feel like God isn't helping you or anything, go to therapy. Therapy helped me out a lot, and Jesus never says therapy is wrong. Getting help from your fellow man is not, it's not against the Bible. It is not a sin. I haven't seen that anywhere in my Bible. You should always go to God first, but just go to God and say, "Hey, I'm going to try out this therapy thing. I pray that you help me work it, help me work through therapy so I can be better," cuz it's fine to do that. But if you need help talking to a normal person face to face, then you should get that. You should talk to somebody about it. Don't let yourself fall into a hole where you feel like you have nothing. Don't do that. Cuz then it's just going to end up worse, and then you're going to hate God, or you're going to, whatever. So just, work with God and work with other people. It's okay to talk to other people. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video real quick, and I rambled a lot, and I'm sorry about that. But I've just, I have a lot of thoughts on my mind all the time, and I want to kind of make videos. I want to make more videos like this where I can get this stuff out and talk about it. I know that not a lot of people watch my videos anyways, but I still want to just kind of get it out and get it out of my head and talk about it, so I know that, it kind of helps me teach myself as well, kind of. So I'm just, I'm gonna keep doing that. But just, again, same message as yesterday. Don't give up on God. Don't, if something hasn't happened yet, don't give up. Don't let your desires take over you. Don't give in, because no matter what, whenever you give in, you're just making your desires even worse. You're making it harder for God to help you, and you're making it harder for yourself to get help. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. God bless you all, and I hope you all have an amazing day, and thank you for watching.